Hey everybody, welcome back to Ben's Audio Cave. Hey, I'm Ben, and I'm here to talk to you today about some more record cleaning. But what I'm here today to talk to you about is the best do-it-yourself record cleaning machine that you can possibly make for under $100. Now, I will tell you, I've done a lot of trial and error. This is the record cleaning machine I currently use. It is not an ultrasonic. However, it does really great results, and I've showed them time and time again with USB microscope. So I'm going to show you a parts list that I have here, and then I'm going to talk about each of the parts. So let's go ahead and get started. I have a list of parts. Now I'm going to leave a link in the description to all these parts as well. I just put this up here on my whiteboard. So what this is going to consist of is a Vinyl Vac 33, two of those ones. They're running a 15% off Labor Day sale, so you can get to those $51. I put in here a Hyper Tough 1.5 gallon wet dry vac. I'm using a shop vac currently because I got it cheap, but you can use anything that you want, even an old vacuum cleaner. It doesn't even have to be wet dry. As little fluid as we're going to be vacuuming up, it'll never be a problem. I have a master Electrician 6-foot extension cord here as optional. The reason why I put that in here, I'm actually using a Utilitech right now. This is just to give us an on-off switch if we remote mount our vacuum cleaner. And then I've got a Lazy Susan or an old broken turntable. I'm using an old broken turntable. So worst case, you're looking at $97.23 for these parts. Best case, you're looking at $62.39. Now, I didn't include parts like the pipes I have and everything and the elbows. Those would be about, $4 or $5 there. So if you want that, that's you can do that too, but I'll show you how I've got mine set up. Now, here's some of the supplies you're going to need. I use Shur paint pads, and I've discussed this in other record brush videos to do as my record cleaning brushes right now, and they actually work really well. Optionally, I use an AT 6012 record kit as my rinse pad. And distilled water, you're going to have about $3 worth of that. Tergikleen, that's $30 and it comes in a little thing, but you're going to need some sort of a surfactant and fluid, and that makes a lot. And when I say a lot, like 20 gallons. I put Gruv Glide in here. That's optional. I use that as a staticide anti-static agent. I spray like a couple of sprays in my spray bottle. That's $40. But that makes a lot too. I would be willing to say you'll run out of Tergikleen for your real Gruv Glide if you use it the way I do. And then, of course, inner sleeves and outer sleeves, because you don't want to put clean records in a contaminated or dirty wrapper. Okay. All right. So let's go over here and let's look and see what we've got. Okay. So here I am at the cleaning station. So first of all, let's talk about these vacuum ones here. These are the Vinyl Vac 33s. If you notice, I've got one that's marked for water and one that's marked for or unmarked. The reason I have two different ones is as shown in the previous video, you don't want to contaminate your recently cleaned record with another one when you go to rinse it. It'd be like drying your car off with a towel that has soapy water on it. Some people say it's being a little bit obsessive, but I think it's a good idea. Okay. The next major component that I listed on here is the vacuum. Now, I have mine remotely mounted here underneath the cabinet. And if you'll look, the reason why I've got it remotely mounted is because it's loud. But I've just got the hose in here. I've got it hung on the wall. And then I've got this pipe here that I've made. And all this pipe does is it goes up here and gives me like a little snorkel, and I attach my vacuum there. You can watch the other video to see kind of how that works. Now, here is my Utilitech cord. This is what actually turns the vacuum on and off. You don't have to use that, I don't guess, but I find it peculiar, let's say, to have to get down there and turn on the vacuum and then turn it back off. And I, wanted it to be as aesthetically pleasing as possible. So I use that little cord. The one that I included in the description, it is just as good, if not better than this one. And it's about $2 cheaper. And right here, I've got an old Technics SLBD 22 turntable. Now, this turntable still does come on. I have taken the tone arm and everything off of it. It was an old P-mount table. It didn't keep speed particularly well. It was a table that I used whenever I first started getting back into vinyl, and since then I've gotten several other tables, so I sacrificed this as my cleaning rig. That, and it was free to do that. Now, those are the major components. This could be a lazy Susan if you want it to be, or just find somebody to junk in an old turntable. It doesn't work. Go dig one out of the garbage can. I mean, I'm a little bit cheap, so let's talk about that. So now then, notice I have on this shirt. This is actually my Facebook group I run, Audiophile Cheapskates. It's because I'm kind of a cheapskate. But this is what I'll say. If you've got a record collection or you're super interested in collecting records, or this is going to be something that you do long term, you can have a setup similar to this. And I'll link to the video at the end of this video showing you how to use it for less than the cost of 3 albums. Now, this is what I'll tell you. You're like, well, you know what? If I was a crate digger and I just went and got used albums all the time, I could see it. Yeah, but notice I said 3 albums, and you're like, well, why do I need to do this? I only buy new albums. I don't need something this in depth. I'll just go buy like Spin Clean, which Spin Clean is a great machine, but you still need vacuum. The reason why is, let me show you. So look here, see that? That's beautiful, right? That's Dolores, God rest her soul. She was awesome. I just got this. This is the new Cranberries Dreams collection. Now, I've opened this and that's all. So let's take this out. Ah, look at there, beautiful new vinyl, right? Let me show you what's lurking. Do you see that? Does that look clean? Do you want to drop $169 more microline stylus onto that? How long do you think it would take all those particles to get on there? Do you really want to just brush this off with a brush? I mean, I wouldn't. I'm going to clean this album. And then I'm going to place it in a new inner sleeve. And then I'm going to place it in an outer sleeve. And I'm going to preserve this to where, yes, I'll have a carbon dry brush, but I'll brush it between cleanings and I'll clean it maybe every 5, 10, 15 plays. Why? Because once it's clean and is placed back in a clean sleeve each time, you're not going to have this problem anymore. So yes, if you're serious about collecting records, you definitely need some sort of a cleaning setup. And dry cleaning doesn't do it. Just simply wet cleaning, unless you're using at least a vacuum, you're not going to get the full, experience and whatnot. Anybody's got a halfway reasonable turntable and has a halfway reasonable, and by that I mean 20 records or more record collection, you've got to make this setup because it's going to change the way you listen to music. Okay, guys, so hopefully that's going to help some of you guys along your way out here on making yourself a do-it-yourself record cleaner. I will leave links to all of the items in the description of this video. You can drop me a comment if you'd like, and I'll answer any questions I can about, some substitutes. If you found this video helpful, or you make sure to give me a thumbs up and like it. If you want to see some more videos like this, then make sure that you subscribe to my channel. And if you hang out till after the video is over, then you will see the next video I'll queue up for you guys will be how to actually use this machine. Alrighty. Until next time, I'm Ben. This is Ben's Audio Cave, and I'm going to go enjoy some music.